Hello everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day. Please be careful if you go out there partying. So this reading is on Felon 45. He has invoked the Alien Enemies Act in order to deport anyone or any group of humans he likes or actually dislikes. And he's leaving these people with no due process, and that, of course, defies our Constitution. And he's also on a revenge tour. And, you know, that endangers certain people. So I want to know what happens to Trump on his revenge tour. What happens to him for defying lower court judges' orders? And then I have a couple follow-up questions about this, you know, constitutional crisis that it's like King Trump versus our Constitution. So he's defying, he'll appeal. Appeals may go to SCOTUS. I'll read on that secondly. So let's see. What happens to Trump on his revenge tour? How's this going to go for him? What happens to him for defying lower court judges' orders? Right there. Well, okay, now I did not allow for reversals, so it might, I might have to feel into... I mean, this card has to do with, on the dark side, exercising your will, absolute will. I want this my way, literally, or the highway, on the highway. His big challenge here is the government. Wow. What he's sitting in is his unbelievable amount of psychopathology and, narcissism. In the past, it's burn it all down. He doesn't care. He doesn't even care if we start a war. What's hanging over him is he's going to be going back and forth with, like, what can he really do? There's change. He has no control here. He has control over what he says now. He puts himself out there like the child that he is, but demented, person. But with the Two of Pentacles up above him, where that's like no control. We've got forces in motion, challenges, control, past, no control up here, but he's needing to adapt to something. There's somebody else managing things. And of course we have, he's really disorganized. I think this is one of the cards that could have been read reversed. So I feel like he just really needs that external validation, and he's getting attention. He's getting attention. Whoa. Near future. This is my card, for, especially when it comes through reversed. I didn't allow for reversals, so just trust me on this. This is his dementia. Full-blown dementia. Burn it down. My way or the highway. Literally. And he's coming from, all these grudges from the past. But it's not good for his mind. Okay. Internally, he is not at all in touch with his feelings, and that is going to blow up on him. Externally, he's restricted. Okay. Yeah, we're at the frick around and find out phase here, and he's going to learn. Oh, wow. Okay. Long distance, future, long term. The Magician did come through reversed, even though I might still have some reversals from the other reading, but the con man, the liar, but also not getting what he wants. I mean, we all know he's just like the worst used car salesman ever. But when we get this card, for that way out into the future, it tells me that he's, again, confused, and his plans won't work, and because they were not well thought out. He thinks he's King Trump, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, outcome, he's going to be rejected. Major rejection, out in the cold. Whoa. There's no success there. No. Even if he tries with the military, I don't think. Yeah. Keep on keeping on. Nah. Let me use a Kipper. Let's look at the Kipper and see. That was the first deck I was going to use, but I grabbed the tarot instead. This is Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. And I had been doing quite a bit of shuffling before. So how's this going to go for him? Defying judge's orders. Invoking, how many years ago, an act from, I don't know, what was it? From the beginning of time? I mean, with our Constitution, 17 something or 18, I don't know. I just want to know, how's this going to go for him? I do remember I do remember all of the health readings that I have done on him in the past, that it was all the stress from all the legal issues and people turning against him that really is what takes him down. Because, what do we call them? Born psychopaths and the malignant narcissists. They just cannot stand being told no. It's like the 2-year-old tantrum, which when they're 2, you just let them go through it, and it's like, yeah, those are real feelings, but you're still not going to do that anymore. Okay, here's his reputation. There's evidence, maybe court orders. We'll see. Let me just get these laid out here. Oh, so it's more than just him. Let me bring this down a little. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So it's more than just him. So I'm thinking, like the disgusting Jason Miller. I think this is his press secretary. What is? I wanted to just say sexetary. What's her name? I don't know. Caroline Levitt or something. The one that just lies and lies and lies. There's his non-functioning brain. I do not know why Melania would show up, but there she is. Yeah. Okay. So how it's going to go for him? Maybe I should use the Lennies next. You know what? I will. I'll do that next to see. But, okay, so his reputation is just on hold while these are people who will look to the past with Melania, and there's some type of evidence hanging over him. Helplessness is hanging over him. He's not in a strong position here. He's looking at all the risks that he took, and what's sneaking up behind him has to do with his poverty consciousness, where he's just so empty inside. It's just like Mary Trump's book, Too Much and Never Enough, because it's really a much deeper issue. So that's what's going on, and that's coming up behind him. as well as his bonds and partnerships that have been on this journey with him, and their reputation as well as his own health will just kind of flatline and take a bad turn. Now he has some control over how painful it is for him, but there's evidence again that something else is going to come out. But you know what, you guys, I kind of hate to say it because I've been saying it since I started reading these cards. And I don't have the foreign connection card here, but my money laundering cards and human trafficking cards are here, 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 and usually I have the other, to go with the foreign connections, which maybe in this situation it doesn't, but this one. The Worldwide Money Laundering Crime Organization. Yeah, transnational, as Sarah Kendzior called it. She wrote a book years ago called They Knew. So, okay, anyway, Melania's got some info, and he's helpless about it because she can give it. And it can end him, or at least just cause him a really painful loss. And it might have to do, it's very possible that it has to do with the J6 insurrection and people that, supported him, worked for him. That's interesting. Yeah. Could also be pregnancy with someone at Mar-a-Lago with a younger woman pregnant here. Recordings, evidence with the inner circle here. Paid off. This could also be people who toiled and labored at Mar-a-Lago. And of course, they would not have been documented. Okay. He doesn't mind taking that risk. Might not be Mar-a-Lago. It could be Bedminster. It could be Doral. It could be any of his places. Could even be, and I can't say in another country because again, I didn't get that one card. Okay. But I can say pregnancy, younger woman, someone who worked inside the home on one of his estates. Melania knows about it. She's hanging it over him. And she gets money out of him for that. Don't worry, I can tell, I can't do her voice, but she's got the dirt. So, yeah. And then again, the things that make him very, the things that keep draining his bank account is his marriage to Melania, because she taps in whenever she needs some cash or wants it, or and she knows his mind is gone, and he knows it's hanging over him, and definitely was somebody that worked for him. So yeah, it's all right there. But what the hell does this have to do with? This is another whole backstory here, but I guess it goes that way. Sometimes when you're asking one question, you get answers to another one. But when it comes to deporting other people, I guess that would be this card. We do have complaints and investigations. I don't have the court thing, the courthouse card, so I can't say that we have a trial. But what we do have is definitely the information coming out, all the money he's paid to hide it, complaints coming from his inner circle, this younger woman possibly, and other people in his inner circle that are helping him. So, what's his name? Jason Miller, is that his name? The guy, the most disgusting person on the planet besides Steve Bannon. The guy, I can't even read on that Stephen Miller because I just want to go, I can't stand it. I go psycho. Anyway. Yeah. But that's him here. And he's a part of that investigation. And he's looking forward to a very painful loss where a lot of people know what happened. They've done this in the past. This has to do with the whole deportation thing, these huge groups of people, and wasting, they've already wasted like 6 million taxpayers' dollars, and they had to bring those people back from Guantanamo, right? Here's the full circle thing. So it takes away from the power of, him being the big old, real estate developer and the deal maker. It's like not. That's probably why we had that 2 of Cups hanging up above him before in the tarot. But he'll try to end the investigation, no matter what happens to him, or no matter how many court complaints come through. He'll do his best to end them. But his reputation is going to take a hit. He's going to go through a down patch with his reputation. And, linking these two, the only way to mess up this card is to have connections to the challenging cards, and they're right here. And also on Stephen Miller, but also this could be any of his attorneys who have worked and still are working for him. And most especially, reading this on another level, another layer of the information, this would be, like I said, what's her face? Is it Caroline or whatever, Levitt? The one that just lies for him. Yeah. So evidence is going to come out about what do you call a hypocrite he is, because he uses undocumented workers on his own estates, and he even got one pregnant, and Melania knows about it, and yeah, and that's a part of his reputation problem. And a lot of people know about it, and that's causing him problems. It's also causing anybody that tries to represent him legally problems, because so many people know about it. Wow. Okay. So let me ask for another angle, because we know he's going to appeal. Let's see if anything makes it all the way to SCOTUS. So he'll appeal. The lower court judges, I think, will hold their own. Okay, this one is the Lenormand, or Lenormand, or you can just call them the Lennies. Anyway, I want to know, what will SCOTUS do if it makes it all the way up with this King Trump versus our Constitution? With him defying our Constitution. What will, especially, what's his face? Alito and Clarence Thomas, they are originalists, like the original text, blah, blah, blah. And they don't care about the new amendments or whatever. But the very first part of the Constitution wasn't it? The first few articles are about like free speech and all. It was definitely separation of the church and state and king, no kings, right? No kings. The whole Constitution is about no kings, I think. Anyway, what will SCOTUS do if it makes, as these cases inevitably will make it up to them? Will make it to them. Will they take it on? Will they reject it? If they take it on, how will it go? Okay. Ooh. Okay, so Fox is super tricky. Well, okay, there could be a little rejection there, but there could just be repeated tricks, gifts, surprising gifts. The woman, like which one of the women is it, right? This could be the letter of the law, analyzing things as they come in. Of course, this would be our highest institution. And, yeah, and so the women. Now, this could be one of the men. Yeah, the dark, Alito. This could be Alito, Clarence Thomas, at least two of the men that are dark. Okay, let's see how this goes. Choices that reveal what? The old white boys club, loyalty. Yeah, those tricky, disgusting old white boys club that hate women, they love Trump. Oh. There's some loyalty that is minimized. Okay. Whoa. Okay, well, what I can say for sure, well, if I'm right, because I can always be wrong, you you guys, it's like, if us readers and psychics, all of us, if we're right 75 to 80% of the time, we're doing really good. Let me bring this up a little bit just in case. There we go. So actually, now I could fit another spiraling out. Okay. Well, he's guilty, that's for darn sure. So now with the four corners we have important betrayals that are really complicated for him as the star, but also important, important allies that have literally sucked the life out of the government here. The news will come out. What do we just have to wait for these guys to die? Is that the deal? These lifetime appointments. How many years is it going to take before we could? And actually, why didn't Biden do something about that? Why didn't he put some more SCOTUS, some more justices in there? Basically, we've just got this disgusting scrotus instead of SCOTUS. And we're, the light is going to shine on new, surprising loyalty to the feminine and some new loyalty to the Constitution, to the authority of the Constitution. And the men, unless one of them crosses over, and we have the 5-4, but in the other way, because we have been getting Amy Coney Barrett who has been surprisingly and repeatedly flipping things around, and she's been loyal to the authority of the Constitution, but it's still tricky, and we don't know if we can trust her. Dang it. There's two really dark men who are just going to keep sucking the life out of the Constitution, and they're going to continue to just stand strong and not budge. And they're abusive, and they are abusing the letter of the law and the Constitution. But for Trump, so I tend to go, present, past, future. For Trump, the loyalty is blocked. The loyalty ends after some secrets come out and his guilt is truly revealed. Wow. Okay. And I'm thinking that it has to do with all the women, the 4 women joining together. There would have to be at least one more man that takes it to the 5, 5 to 4 in the other direction. The ship has to do with the movement and the change in the action. And it definitely is a card of exploring the past, like way back, and seeing the destruction of the trickery and deceit and manipulation, most of all. And there's some surprising, so for sure I think Amy Coney Barrett is going to stick with the right way to go. But there's some surprises about the care of the letter of the law and the Constitution that she's going to be providing. I love that she's up here on the top. So, and these other guys are not going to last forever. I'm still surprised that Clarence Thomas, he's gone through Pluto crossing over his south node. And, I think it was down in his 4th house. Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. I'd have to look at his chart again. And so that would mean Pluto is in his 3rd house of the mind and the way he communicates, the way he thinks. So that's not good. That's not a good, if you're dark like he is, that's not a good way to go. So maybe this has to do with his mind kind of going. But I like that the loyalty in the past is blocked and ends the pain and suffering that we've been under. So I'll just have to hold to that for now. Wow. Okay. The end of destruction, the end of ruin. But with the ship, it tends to reveal things, as the information, literally the information moves forth and makes changes to the authority of the institution. You know what? The sad thing is like, I don't know how long it could take for all of this to start playing out. I mean, when we're going for timing, this card is 1 to 6 months. But how long would it take for new laws to be created that could heal this issue we have going on? Because these guys are in there forever and they're sucking up the loyalty and the alliances. And then again, here we go with that. Clarence Thomas and his brain, and Alito's brain too. These people are all just nuts. So, complications, out into the distant future is the big like crossroad change that we're at. And also the crossroads are elections card too. And the abuse of the past that has screwed up our elections. These men are responsible for all the abuse that women and children go through. That what's his face, Alito, he's dark. He's dark, really dark. He thinks women are all supposed to just be helpmates. That's like, Handmaid's Tales bullshit. But how many years is it going to take to change all this? And this is the crux of the real problem. When a president can be bought by a tech bro who's insane, and then the half of the bench or more can be bought. I love Amy Coney Barrett for voting against Trump, but you've got Kavanaugh in there. He was supposed to be gone a long time ago. He's not. How many years is it going to take to have both chambers of Congress stand up and make new laws to bring down, they don't have ethics on them. They don't have anything on them. We just have all the grifting that's revealed all the time. And Sheldon Whitehouse does an excellent job on that. His whole scheme series. And, it's Opus Dei. It's the whole, I could just go on and on and on, but I already have. I have a playlist of the karma for each one of SCOTUS, each one of them on the bench. And that's the problem with timing. You never know how long is it going to take to get to this place. But this was on Trump, so he'll be blocked, and it's a painful loss because he's guilty. That's the only thing I can say for sure. How long it'll take, I don't know. Maybe it's dirt nap time that ends the suffering. So, okay, I'll just let this sit for a while. I can always check in again later. Okay, bye, you guys. Again, have a good St. Patrick's Day. Bye.